Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jason Tucker, and this is WPblab. We record on Thursday at 7:30 Pacific. Today, we are talking, as always, with Bridget. Bridget, how's it going?
It is going fabulous.
Awesome.
This week I bought my live streaming and t-shirt ticket for WordCamp US. Woohoo!
Nice.
So for only the low price of $20, you can skip the airfare and the snow and watch it at your home.
Is it
and
really
still get the t-shirt. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, isn't there Philadelphia in December? It's got to be freaking cold.
Never been.
I don't really want to. That's why I bought the live streaming ticket.
Oh, it's exactly the way for me. I'm like, no, I do not want to go there.
Yeah, I'll be tweeting from my 70-degree house.
Exactly. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Bridget. What do you do?
I'm an office manager by day and a social media manager by night.
Dun, dun, dun. You don't know? That's awesome.
Oh my gosh, my name is Bridget Willard. I blog at bridgetwillard.com. I'll just steal yours. My name is Jason Tucker. I blog at jasontucker.us.
I'm so surprised that you thought that we're going to sit here and like edit that or something. It's not being edited. That's just the way it is.
It's fine. I saw your water cooler show today where Russ said that he was saying remediate all the things.
Yeah.
That was funny. Oh man. No, I know I need to get that 30-second intro thing. I don't know who I am. I'm evolving. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Oh my goodness. Well,
I did just sign up for managedwp.com though. That's the best thing.
Did you?
Slice bread.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
For 3 sites, it's $250 a month, and I could just go to one dashboard and update everything at once. Hello, where have you been my whole life?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
My whole 8-month WordPress life. Oh man, yeah.
Oh boy. Well, you already told everybody where I blog over at, so that's pretty awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. My name is Jason Tucker, and I blog over at jasontucker.us. Okay, so anyway, there's still tickets, which is surprising to me because it's like in 2 weeks.
Wow.
There's a live stream ticket for $10, but if you want the t-shirt that might not fit, you just...
It really depends on who it is.
I'm going to find a tailor, and I am going to wear all those WordCamp shirts, whether they're adding fabric or what. That I'm determined.
So we have our first question.
Oh, how do we know each other?
I see 2 question marks in that.
Do we know each other, Jason?
Yes, we kind of know each other. So we know one another through a local social media group. We met through I guess I'd say through that, right? So through
we took an elevator together once.
Yeah. We did actually. So there's a local mastermind group that does social media mastermind of Orange County, and we met there. And so I go there not for like WordPress type stuff at all, because I go there knowing that people are going to ask me a bunch of WordPress questions, kind of like coming to something like this. But the reason why I go to those things is because I wanted to learn from people that don't do the type of work that I do, which is perfect for me because it's just like I want to be the person that doesn't know anything in the room and just sit there and kind of listen. And it ends up that that's exactly how it works out, is that you have these people that are very, very crafty at what they do with social media stuff, and I go to that. So that's how we've met. And am I going to WordCamp US? Actually, no, I'm not going to WordCamp US. We're just discussing that. Bridget took the easy way out, and she paid $20, and she's not gonna have to fly anywhere, and she's gonna be able to stream it and also get a t-shirt, which I think is pretty awesome.
Yeah, why not? Then you can have it.
If you go over to 2015.us.wordcamp.org, mouthful, you can go over there and buy the $20 ticket, which is a live stream plus a t-shirt. Their website says there's 255 at the time of this recording, and you can buy up to 10 at a time. So feel free to go check that out there.
But they did just send out an email that said pick your shirt size by Sunday.
Dun, dun.
So
yeah,
I would be buying that ticket sooner than later if you were worried about getting a shirt that's close.
yeah.
Just saying.
Exactly.
They have like the slim fit women's and the Mrs. Fit women's, which are
Whatever
both small.
Right.
Like you're not going to know that, but like if you buy Mrs. until you're like 17. It's like not really little kid clothes, but it's not like ladies clothes. And
Right.
if it's women's, that usually just means plus size. And I mean, there's got to be fatter geeks. That's like I'm going to tell you one thing.
That's actually.
I was really happy with my shirt from WordCamp LA because it's the first one that actually fits me.
That's the geek stereotype, though. I mean, what's the problem here? There should be no problem. There should be a bunch of these skinny people walking around with these huge T-shirts, and they're like, you know, yeah,
I know.
What's going on here?
Well,
Something's up.
WordPress fanatics come in all shapes and sizes.
Exactly.
But one of the good things about that social media mastermind, and I see everybody comes there with a totally different perspective, and that's going to be in any networking group that you go to, and so you can learn from people even if you don't agree with them. You can learn how people think.
Oh, trust me. Yeah, I go to sometimes I go to these, and I put a link in the notes here. But sometimes I go to these things, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, where did I know this person swears up and down that they're a social media pick your favorite word, the guru. So something like that. And so you listen to him, you're just like, wow, like I don't want to say clueless because that just sounds bad because they do have a clue.
Out of touch.
It's just not the right one.
Sometimes they are out of touch.
It's true. It's true.
I mean, there's a big difference between people who are in PR and people who do social media and their tactics and strategy, because they come at it from a different perspective. I've actually had a lot of different ideas for blog posts just from hearing other people talk. Because for us, whatever it is that we are good at or that we think that we're good at, we think it's obvious. And so I was even chatting with somebody today who was like, well, maybe I should write about this, but it's probably boring. But it's not. Everybody has an audience. I mean, I think that we don't talk about blogging enough, but that's like how a lot of us came to WordPress in the first place, just because of the content marketing and the blogging and either the writing for cathartic personal purposes or content marketing for yourself or personal branding if you are a social media person or whatever. And it's it's interesting to hear people talk, and the way that they perceive things is totally different. So
I started out blogging, but not blogging on WordPress. I was blogging on the site, which still exists, called LiveJournal. And LiveJournal was kind of, it was kind of one of those like social networks before a social network, where you can blog and people can interact and what have you. And then you can, leave comments and all that sort of stuff, but it was its own little ecosystem, which was kind of neat. And I think that's kind of one of the things that the WordPress is trying to do with like WordPress.com is have that same type of thing of being able to interact with each other and, leave each other stars and likes and blah, 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 all that stuff. So that's how I started out.
It's easier. Like when I started, I was just making an HTML page,
right,
for every single. I was calling them essays at the time.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know they were called blog posts. I didn't know what a blog was. And then I heard about WordPress on Leah Laporte, and so here I am.
Oh, you're a Leah Laporte fan. That's awesome.
thetechguide.com. Hi, Robby.
Uh-oh, you are muted. There you go. Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Not too bad.
Move my screen over here so I can look at you in the camera. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem at all. We were just sitting here talking a little bit about like how we started out doing blogging and what sparked that interest in using WordPress. What's your little backstory on starting up doing blogging and then kind of getting into what you do?
Yeah. Well, it was nice to finally talk to you guys. I've been tuning in for a little bit. Gosh, it was like it was a long time ago now. But when I first started using WordPress, I had made a guitar website. It was a guitar tab website, actually. And
oh, wow.
Nice. One of my like first kind of like fledgling web projects. And and it was back when like web fonts were just kind of like the big new thing. And so I scraped like hundreds of thousands of guitar tabs. I built this little scraper tool and put them all up on a website. And I built this web font that had like kind of like a really clean font for the numbers, and then like the dashes that, I don't know if you ever see guitar tablature on the, but it's like mono-spaced font,
right?
And you have like the numbers and the dash. But anyways, yeah. So I built this like nice interface, and I had a blog for my guitar tab website. It's called Clean Tab, and that was my first experience with WordPress. And then I got sued by the Music Publishers Association of America. I got a really nasty like notarized letter. Yeah, it was something.
You get sued, right? Is that what happens?
Yeah, and I was 20 something as a kid, and I just built this thing. I put some Google ads on it and was like, I was having fun with it, and I shut it down immediately. I was like so scared, and it was like this big important piece of mail, and it's just like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that was my first WordPress. And then
I mean, if you're gonna go in, just go in with a bang and get sued. Like that sounds like that's a good origin story.
Yeah, I guess if I thinking about it now, back then, gosh, I was like, young and broke. I probably like what could they have sued me for? Like, I probably could. And then what were they really going to do? But
well, it's not like you went and built your own like BitTorrent tracker and WordPress or anything like that. I mean, but it was interesting that you were building something like guitar tabs, and did you have the lyrics on there too? I mean, I guess that probably is what triggered the whole thing, right? Yeah. It was. I got so excited about the idea of doing it. I had a friend that was using web fonts on his. It's funny saying web fonts like it was this like hot new thing, but it really was. It was like the new technology back in the day, and like having something other than a system font was this like big to do. Yeah. But so I had this idea to use web fonts for guitar tabs, and I got so excited, and I just started building it. And then I started doing some research like after I'd spent a few weeks and a bunch of hours on it, and realized that like a lot of sites had been shut down, and that it was that there was like the potential I was going to get in trouble. But I still like it was far enough along that I went for it anyway, and yeah. That's cool.
That is cool.
So before that, did you do any other blogging or used any other kind of blogging type social network, blogger.com, or something even earlier than that? Did you do any of that type of stuff?
Lost my mic. I've had a personal blog at like certain points in my life, but I've never really consider myself a blogger. It's never been. I like writing, but it's not something that was particularly ever my thing, I guess. But I did the first. I think my like first interest in like building websites was, I guess it originated through gaming. I was playing a lot of Halo back in the day, and there was a forum, Halo 2 forum, and I was a member there, and the guy that owned it and ran it was he was an older guy, and it just seemed like he had this like dream lifestyle. Like he was running this video game site and like spent all his days chatting about video games and going to video game conferences. It was like a lifestyle business for him, and that was really inspiring. So, and it was PHP BB. That was actually, I think, before I got into this was before WordPress that I started a surfing forum, and I started learning how to I was like, I want one of these forum sites, and so started one of those. And that was my first experience with open source software and building websites. And I'd done a little programming when I was younger, but yeah, that was the first thing that anyone ever actually saw because it was on the internet.
Oh wow!
Yeah. No, I missed it. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm curious. How did you guys? How did you guys get started? What was your first? Jason, what was your first WordPress?
Yeah, for me, my first, going from LiveJournal, the first thing I went and started doing was I built a site using Movable Type, and Movable Type was a little bit before WordPress, but it was kind of there's a bit of a parallel there. Movable Type was kind of weird because it was one of these things that you go and you write your blog post using some program, and then you run this script or you ran something that would then generate the HTML files and then spit out, HTML on the back end. And so it was obviously really fast, but at the time everything was slow. So fast didn't really matter. We didn't have JavaScript or anything like that. That's all crazy. That was, slowing down our websites like they do now. So, I started out with that, and then I built a website for. I used to be really big into import car racing, And so I had a website that was just devoted to that. It was called importstyle.com. And it was a website where I just kind of cataloged all the crazy stuff that I spent money on my little crappy 96 Honda Accord. And so let's see what happens when Jason throws $10,000 at a $10,000 car. So
you'd really you'd love my my business partner Billy. I think he's that's right up his alley. Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's funny. Go Street Racer, go!
Exactly. So I started doing that, and then it was funny because I talked about this on Watercooler once, and people were just like, "Are you kidding me?" But there's a software called Gallery, and at the time I think it was Gallery or Gallery 2, and what it was is it made a gallery on your website, so you could take a bunch of photos and throw them in there, and then it would generate this thing as a PHP script. Well, I wanted to make that thing tied into WordPress. And so I made I don't even know if it's a template. I think I just kind of slapped together something. I don't know. It's been so long. But what I did is I tried to smush together, Gallery and WordPress at the same time. Now there was plugins for it. Now people use other stuff to do that sort of thing, but like Foo Gallery or whatever. But the idea was I smushed these two things together so I could have all these different photos of cars, and later on it turned into like models, that would pose in front of the cars, and they wanted to have their own websites, and I was building those sorts of things, and it was just a lot of fun to kind of get all those things together and build something cool. So that's kind of one of my first sites was doing that.
That's interesting. Like you guys were mentioning, like coming to WordPress from the as a blogger. A lot of people you meet come at, if not from a blogger, from a hobby. Like there's a lot of people coming at it from the background of the hobby. How about you, Bridget? So you're more of a social media maven.
I'm more of a social media person, but then I blog about social media. Right.
There you go.
so I came to WordPress.com through Leo Laporte, the techguy.com. I think I heard it on MacBreak Weekly. I actually heard about Twitter and WordPress.com from Leo Laporte when I used to listen to MacBreak Weekly. Yeah. So, but I built my very first WordPress self-hosted WordPress site this year in April, and I just finished my fourth. So I think I'm done now.
She gets bored. She's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go buy a domain name.
I already had all these blogs on .com, so I just imported the XML file or whatever. And I hate to say like I just did it because it was kind of hard at first, but compared to like website developers, yeah, I just imported the XML file, and it was just that. And once you like settle on a theme, the rest is kind of like gravy. Except for finding managedwp.com, which I got from you. Like, I'm learning more on this show just by being a co-host than going to WordCamp.
I'll spend your money. I'll spend your money, no problem. I'll definitely spend your money.
But so for me, it was. I'm not a developer. I'm not a creative person. I'd rather die than make somebody else a website because people are so picky. I can't deal with that. I did it a couple of times, and I said I'm never, ever doing it again. And it was like CSS stuff that I just barely scooted by with. No. And then they're like, I don't like that color orange. I don't like this. We'll move it here. No, that's not for me. I figured that out really fast. So, yeah, I don't really it's like being an interior designer. And they say they want this couch, and then all of a sudden they don't want the couch when it's in the room. No, I could not deal with that. I've got some leftover furniture from my brother-in-law who's an interior designer. So I know all about that.
Sure. Yeah, you hear designer, but then what it really ends up being is you're in customer service, and that's the same as a web designer. It's really a customer service job. Yeah,
and I'm not that, I could probably help somebody who knows zero. So I know more than somebody who knows zero. But for me, it was all about the blogging because Twitter, if you got your boxer, here I am trying to be a sports analogy again. But you've got the Twitter and it's got to go somewhere, right? It's the Twitter with the blog. Because otherwise you're not sending them anywhere. You spend all this time building relationships. But then if you have nowhere to send them, so then obviously WordPress is awesome. Here we are on Ask WPblab. Hi, Verious.
Yeah. Hey.
Like that
Various.
segue,
Just wanted to join you all for a moment here.
Say hello to Robby.
Yeah, I was just saying, I've seen you before, but I don't think we've met him. Robby, how's it going?
Hey, Robby, how are you? I'm Verious.
Nice to virtually meet you.
Nice to virtually. Yes.
Hey, Verious, we were just discussing a little bit. Maybe we'll get your take on it. So, or not take, but your background a little bit. So, we were just talking about where we started in WordPress, and even before WordPress. Like, did you use some like crazy obscure software, or you're some BBS or some board or some forum or some who knows what? I mean, I didn't go all the way back to where I began. I mean, I used to do BBSs and stuff way back in the day, dial-up modems and all sorts of crazy
Your
stuff
origin
like
story, your prequel.
My origin story. Oh yeah. So Verious, like, where did you start? Like right before WordPress, and then where'd you go? Like, okay, I need to use WordPress. So where did you start out with that?
I started using Joomla.
Oh.
All right, you gotta go. Right there, dude. There's the door, dude.
I was in college, and I was actually experimenting with Joomla, and I was experimenting with what's the other one? Drupal.
I was experimenting with Joomla.
We all did some experimenting in college.
This is how geeks experiment in college with Drupal and Joomla.
So I ended up getting a job as a Drupal or a Joomla developer, and it was pain. It was absolute pain because I had to build a huge website in Joomla, and I didn't know Joomla. I just had to learn it.
Oh man!
And I was like, yeah, I can learn it. And it was crazy with the modules, and I just I kind of realized after looking through all of WordPress was just in its infancy stage. It was around like 2005, and actually no, I'm sorry, it was around 2008. So WordPress was probably around like 3 or 4 years old, and I realized that Joomla was really a disintegrated system. Like they would have 2 core versions, and then they have a bunch of plugins that weren't always compatible with the version that was the most recent. And to update a plugin, or they called them modules, to update the modules, you had to go to the website, retrieve the module, drop it into FTP, and you didn't have an integrated dashboard. And I saw that with WordPress, and I'm like, man, these guys are smart. And Drupal had the dashboard, but it was just so esoteric. I had built a couple of websites with Drupal, but it really was I had a tough time getting my mind around the language of Drupal.
So now you're seeing the light.
Yeah, now
hallelujah, I found the light.
You made it.
And what happened with me was I got laid off from my job.
Aww.
And it was a tough deal for me because I had just moved out. I just moved out. I didn't want to go back home. I was like, I am not going back home. And I was like, I got to pick up something that is going to be easy enough for me to learn really fast, so technical enough for me to build websites from scratch. And I picked up WordPress.
You switched. Oh, you didn't do Squarespace, right?
No,
okay,
no.
Just kidding.
No, Squarespace wasn't around.
Wix.
But yeah, that was my origin story. And I worked as a developer from home for like my first couple of years. Then I moved to Vegas, went to the first meetup in Vegas. Then I moved to Corona, and started to see you guys in the OC WordPress Meetup group. I had never visited you guys though. But yeah. And then I was inspired, started the Inland Empire Meetup group. And so there we go.
Oh, really? That's how it happened?
That's how it happened. Yeah.
He lost a bet. See that? That's awesome. Just kidding.
Lost a bet. So, yeah.
Robby, do you go to a WordPress meetup, a local WordPress meetup, or anything like that?
No, I don't. I'm planning to. Yeah, it's one of the things that it's kind of been like on my list that I want to start doing more of. I went to my first WordCamp last year. It was WordCamp San Francisco, and
nice.
Awesome. I actually I had everything lined up to go to WordCamp Sacramento last weekend, but I got sick. I caught a nasty cold, and I had a hotel room and everything all lined up, and so that was real. I'm really like still chapped about that.
I saw you there, Robby. I was there.
I know, actually. I think I saw. I noticed that. I forget if it was a tweet or on the attendees list or something, but I recognized your name from the show.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool! You recognized him from WPblab?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah,
see, we at least have 2 listeners.
I was going to say, how does it go? It's a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So are you up in the Bay Area then?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm about it.
Oh, well, if that's the case, there's, they got the mothership up there, so you could just go straight to the big WordPress meetups that happen up there. So if you're close to,
that's the thing. Yeah, I'm about an hour outside of San Francisco, so I don't,
oh wow,
it's accessible, but it's kind of a pain. Like I love San Francisco, but parking and getting up there is.
I mean, if you can't jump on the BART, forget about it.
Yeah, I know what you can't from the south, because the BART makes this big almost circle. It doesn't quite connect here. Yeah, so it's
oh man,
there to there, and I'm right down. I'm not gonna be able to do it. This isn't working. I can't get on BART. I am gonna do the East Bay WordPress meetup though with Sally. I think it's pronounced Getch. Sally Getch. I know she was
with the pink hair. I've seen her on Twitter.
Yeah, actually, I think that's this weekend. I was going to head up there, but I'm definitely going up in another month because I'm going to do a little demo up there, and I think we sponsor buying pizza or something like that.
Cool,
sweet.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. That's what's next. I mean, I just decided to co-host a show. Never been to a WordPress meetup. Really, I haven't. I've only been to the social media one. I still.
This is the gateway drug right here. This is what we're doing here.
I can't wait. I'm probably maybe in December or January I'll start going.
Good recruitment.
And then she'll just do a WordCamp right after that. She's like, you know what? I'm going to start a new WordCamp.
Oh my God. It's all virtual. It's going to be virtual camp.
That's a fun idea. Right. So I'm actually curious of what's going to happen in the Bay Area as far as WordCamp, because what was San Francisco is now WordCamp US. I was curious. I was going to talk to the Bournes up at Sacramento and see if they knew anything, or maybe I don't know if you guys have heard anything. I'm really curious if there's going to be another. San Francisco's
still going to have one, but just not as big, not the mothership-ish one.
That's kind of what I thought, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh,
I haven't heard anything. They don't have, to my knowledge, the last time I checked, they didn't have a website or anything like that online.
I'd imagine that there are people that live in San Francisco that would want to go to it that don't work at Automatic. I mean, I know there's just a ridiculous number of people that work at Automatic, and they all show up to every WordCamp because they essentially get paid to go to them. Yeah. But the idea is how do you get more, or how do you just ditch a location and just be like, so sorry, we're not doing this here anymore. So best of luck to everybody that lives here.
Virtual WordCamp. I really do think there might be something there. That's kind of fun.
Well, my blogging buddy and best friend Carol Steven, who lives in the Bay Area, she works with startups in San Francisco. She comes down to the Orange County one. She just makes it a vacation.
Nice.
You know Carol, Verious, the Pinterest queen.
I had no idea that she was. I had no idea that she was in the Bay Area. No, I've seen her she went to the San Diego one.
Yeah.
And she was at Orange County. Of course, I know Carol. Awesome.
Yeah.
So
a couple of bloggers hanging out with the nerds.
That's cool. Though.
Trying to be one.
So there are a couple WordCamps that happen virtually, not an actual WordCamp, but it has the idea of a WordCamp where you get a bunch of people together. They all watch the video streams that happen. They usually do it over Hangout like we do on WPwatercooler. And if I remember correctly, Verious, wasn't it WP Sessions? Wasn't the one that used to do that? I don't know if they turn that into some type of paid model or something like that. But the idea is that they just spin up a Hangout, and then they get the person presenting, and then they have a bunch of people that watch, and then you just kind of sit in this room, and disconnects from that person talking, and then it hops into another person's, bedroom, office, whatever, and then they do a presentation. So
awesome. Wasn't it like a 24-hour thing?
WordCamp-a-thon?
It was nuts.
Really awesome.
I caught a couple of them. It was pretty cool. It's just the idea that people can be from anywhere, and they actually wanted people from all over the world because they needed to fill time slots. And so you just hop on there at some crazy time in the morning. I mean, I couldn't do it here. I'm in my bedroom. There's no way I'm gonna be like, okay, people. So here's
sleep on the couch, lady.
Oh, Jason. Oh, you already posted the link. Okay, yep, I see it.
Yeah, WP Sessions. If I remember right, that was the one that was happening there. And then there's been a few other of those types of inspired, things, but it's a lot of work. I mean, a lot of work.
Show like this is sort of supplemental. It's almost like one of those hallway sessions.
It is just like one of those hallway sessions.
So, I mean, that and Twitter, like, I cannot state it enough because I've been able to keep those connections alive. Like I met Ira on at WordCamp San Diego. It took me like 6 months to know he was Fat Dreams because he doesn't say he is. It doesn't say his name.
He's part of our.
He kills me, man. He's awesome. But so we're still talking, but I haven't seen him since whenever, right? So the Twitter. Twitter is a way to keep those relationships alive,
Great networking tool.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and just some little interactions that makes you feel like you're still connected. Because it seems like a lot of people that I know that are developers either work remotely or work for a small shop or work for a small shop but work remotely, or there's a lot of isolation involved with this job.
It is. It really is. Like, working from home is a very lonely thing.
Yeah.
Unless you have shows like
this is why people do meetups, because they want to get together and they go and hang out and stuff. And I mean, that's even why I started doing this Uncompany picnic. This idea of like getting a bunch of people together to have a picnic for your company that isn't your company. It's everyone else's company, and they all just show up and have a company picnic.
Fun. For people that don't sunburn.
Jason, don't give that up, man. Like, because
no, dude, that's awesome. I've been employed for 2 years and I'm still doing it. So full-time employed.
Yes. Yeah, like this one, we went to the beach this last year. It was really awesome in Huntington. How many people showed up after? Because we came early. Greg, I used to run down there with Greg Franklin.
Yeah.
And we came really early and we had to leave a little bit early. But how many people showed up after?
I think for the whole thing, probably about 30 people.
That's pretty good.
We had 50, we had 75. It's just like this ebb and flow throughout the day kind of thing. Like, I got stuff to do after this, but I'll come hang out for a couple hours. Like, okay,
that's even better.
Start pushing it out now, and get like.
No, I got too many other things to think about. I'm not starting this right now. My wife's like, all right, so it's about April, June, maybe even July. Let's make this happen, and we just start talking about it. So my wife and I've been doing it for the last couple of years. And it's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So Robby, I definitely, I'm telling you, you got to go to a meetup. You got to go hang out with people. Don't even act like it's like this like pitching thing where you're just gonna be like, oh, I do this really awesome, plugin, and I got this theme that goes with it, and it's just amazing, and it's changed Jason's life. And but Verious was just talking about this. Greg Franklin, he does desktop server by Serverpress, and they're the Serverpress guys. So they come to the meetup. Well, he comes to the meetup and hangs out and just talks. And people are like, "Oh, let me load up desktop server." And you're like, "Wow!" Like he didn't do anything. It's not like he was like, "Oh, so here's $5. Thanks for talking about desktop server tonight." No, people just walk in. They're like, "I'm going to spin up a site real quick." Boom, desktop server. They get it going. And then, the next presenter walks up and says, "Oh, so let me spin up a site real quick, desktop server." And he hasn't even done anything. He just kind of just he has an awesome product and everybody uses it.
Totally.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
I appreciate the tip, and I found that too. Like we did WordCamp, and we did Cabo Press recently.
Oh, okay.
Right. Partner Justin and we got to meet
Cabo.
Yeah, that was amazing. We got to meet Steve there, and that was I'd been watched the water cooler once or twice before, but it was kind of fun after getting to know him, on a personal level to come, and I've been watching that one a lot more regularly now. But yeah, there's in person the value you get from meeting people. I mean, the like Twitter's great, this kind of thing is great, and email's great, and all the ways that we can connect, Facebook and that is great, but nothing.
It's not the same as your face.
Yeah, nothing beats the in person. You really gain a lot from that you just can't seem to do virtual.
Then you get to see people talk about your competitors' products. So they're up there like, oh yeah, I use Visual Composer, it's like the best thing ever, and you're just like, oh boy, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. or you have somebody who walks up and they're struggling with trying to get a lamp stack up in 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, and Greg's just like, all right, well, let's see how this guy can do it. And he's like, having at it. And we've had a few people where they're like, hey, I run a Linux box. Can you guys get this thing to work on Linux at some point here? And that was like this thing that just kept coming up. So the idea of being able to just show up and hang out, not even say who you are, what you do, whatever, let people just organically figure that out. And then after a while, you'll start getting people asking you questions, this and that. And then they're going to be pushing you up on stage to go, can you please show us how to use this thing? And you're like, and you're gonna feel weird about it, but just do it.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Rob?
Yeah, I'm I'm in the Bay Area. I'm in Los Gatos, California.
Oh, yeah.
I got a little cottage up here in the mountains. So
I just peeked at your profile and found out that you do Beaver Builder.
Oh, you're the Beaver Builder guy.
Yeah,
that's see. I didn't see anything. I let somebody else figure it out.
Because honestly, I've been doing evaluation of page builders lately, just kind of behind the scenes, and I'm going to be doing like some presentations on them as well. So now I know who does Beaver Builder.
Yeah, we'll have to connect.
I never connected the names.
You can bug me if you're doing comparisons. Let me know. Let me know what you find.
Yeah, I'm doing comparisons and tutorials, like video tutorials that I'm going to put out.
I want to start actually doing that as well. We were lucky enough. One of our customers was his name's Colin, and he started making some videos really early on. He kind of had a screencasting, so he was really good at it. It's something he'd done before, and so he was making some videos for a website he set up, and then we asked like, hey, do you want to do some of these for us? And we hired him and had him help us out with our videos, and then. But he had a long story. He's working another job right now, and we all were kind of like looking around, and we're like, oh man, one of us needs to learn how to needs to like buy a microphone and learn how to make a screencast video. Like enough's enough. So and that ended up being me. And so.
Yeah.
So for first time WordCamp, WordPress Meetup person, what are your tips? Do you bring a computer, or are you supposed to are you just, what's it like? Like, what does somebody who's never been to a WordPress meetup, like a general meetup, need to know, Jason Tucker?
Well, personally, I would say if you're coming, it's your first time, just come relax, come comfortable. Like for our meetup, we actually have, beforehand, just a time where we have dinner together. We all meet at a restaurant, and and I think this is kind of a tradition that was started with the OC meetup, because Greg is the co-organizer with me of the Inland Empire meetup, and he actually had been going to meetups way before I even moved to California. My first meetup was in Vegas, and then Greg was going to the Orange County meetup, and he, long story short, he started coming to the Inland Empire meetup because we live in the same city. We became really good friends, and he's the co-organizer now. But come comfortable, come with a laptop and a notepad would be great as well. It's no pressure. It's really, usually it's pretty kick back at our meetup. You come in, Jason has presented twice, right?
Yeah.
I actually want to get Jason back down there again.
I gotta find something cool that I do and no one else does for WordPressy stuff. Last time I went and spoke with you was I was talking like video with WordPress or something like that. Yeah,
we need that again. And also for your podcasting, I think that's a good one. Rob, if you're ever in this area, man, I would love for you to come down and present on Beaver.
Oh, that's nice of you. Thank you.
Like, absolutely. And we meet in Riverside the first Tuesday of every month. So it's far South California, but you're always welcome to hit me up beforehand, and I will put you as the main speaker, and you have the presentation.
Oh, that would be a mistake. That's a bad idea. I might take you up on that, though. My little brother actually just moved down to San Diego. He's going to school down there, so I have a good excuse to. Is it even further? I thought San Diego was pretty far. Is it even further south?
Yeah, but you could get to it by the 15. I mean, but just let me say, WordCamp San Diego is in March, Robby. WordCamp San Diego.
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's
in March. It's near the end of March.
Oh darn! There's a business expense involved. Oh,
it's in Balboa Park.
Okay.
Balboa Park. It's a nice area, big parking lot.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Really good venue, clean bathrooms.
I know how I missed that. I was just looking through the WordCamp list.
WordCamp.
I just had it. I pulled it up the other day. Okay. No, I appreciate that. I'll keep that. I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely keep San Diego in mind.
I think that would be fun.
If you add an extra day, you can go to the zoo, which is the most amazing place ever.
I might add and then go hit up the Riverside WordPress Meetup too. Huh?
Those people will be there. You'll be there, right, Verious, in San Diego? Yeah.
Yes, I will be at San Diego. I normally go to San Diego, LA. I've been to the San Francisco one, Orange County. In any of the Southern California WordCamps, we're planning on doing that one here in Inland Empire. We just haven't got.
You gotta be kidding me! Come on,
Factory?
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Spaghetti Factory.
Yeah. I know with that Mizithra cheese. Oh,
yeah, the brown butter and Mizithra and the garlic cheesy sticks they have there too.
There's not gonna be any WordPress going on. We're just gonna be sitting there eating the whole time.
Actually, it's at the Spaghetti Factory. I'm sold. I'm like a ticket.
Full circle, Jason. This is why we need the bigger shirts, because we like
Empire WordPress Meetup. Karim said he would be Karim.
No, but seriously.
We got one sponsor already.
One sponsor. Yeah, you know what? WPblab will kick in $5 for tip. We're good.
Yeah, we'll match
that.
Honestly. You're going to match for $5.
Yeah, as long.
There's a rumor. It's a rumor. It's a rumor.
It's a rumor.
Nothing in stone yet.
It's a rumor. Verious just came up with it.
Southern California WordCamps sell out in 4 to 6 hours, mostly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's good to know. Are the tickets not on sale yet?
When you want to buy the tickets, it's usually a month in advance, but you're definitely going to want to subscribe to the blog so you get the email updates. Yeah. And then watch people like me that are tweeting, or, it's usually like Orange County, the first one I went to in 2013, the tickets sold out in 4 hours like you were going to see the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I remember that was San Francisco last year.
Yeah. And then, so I think it's because we just have a huge population here. And then there seems to be a lot of people that just do a circuit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, then if you can't get into one because of for whatever reason, you can always sponsor it. And if there are certain sponsoring tiers and whatever, but if you find that you just can't buy a ticket, but you may have some money in marketing that you can throw at a WordCamp, you do that, and then you'll get a ticket or two, and you'll be able to just
do that too.
Some of them, speaker sponsor after they sell. You get all of them. Sponsor after they sell out, and if you really want to go, you get tickets that way.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But for regular people that are watching that don't want to sponsor it, you need to subscribe to the blog and get those.
What was that, Verious?
I was saying at the last Orange County meetup, WordCamp, I volunteered.
Yeah,
and
it's awesome.
My ticket was taken care of, so I was like, yeah.
Well, hey guys, I think I would go ahead and run. I'm gonna open the spot back up, and but yeah, thanks so much for letting me come on. This was really fun. It's great to finally say hi.
No problem at all.
Cool. Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. If maybe do it again sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Every Thursday. See you later.
Yeah.
Okay, Verious.
Awesome.
We got 10 minutes, and we need a legitimate question besides what do you need to know. I mean, I was like, I don't want to be so spammy. I don't want to take a bunch of, but we might have leftover Ask WPblab questions from Twitter.
Yeah, I'm going to look right now and see.
But that is a question I had because I was thinking about that. Oh, man, I got to start going to that OC General Meetup. And I don't know anything about like what's supposed to happen and what should you bring and are there like weird rules you know about? Do I need an LCAT?
No, there's definitely stupid questions, and people definitely make fun of you for answering the stupid questions, and then we'll answer your question. And we say all the acronyms that we want, and we never define any of them, which is just amazing. And we talk about functions as if everyone knows what the function actually does when it outputs its its variables and its whatever. So yeah, it is the polar opposite of SMMOC.
Okay, so maybe I'm not ready yet. Maybe a couple.
No. I'm not scaring you. What I'm telling you is that no one is going to sit there and like say, hey, why didn't you define what PHP is?
Yeah, like my internet cord.
I've never been to the social media one, so I probably, maybe. How is it?
It's awesome, Verious. It's awesome, but it meets on every blue moon schedule right now. So you have to go to the meetup.com and get the emails. I plugged my blue cord in, and I forgot to turn my Wi-Fi off this whole time. I got that 55 blue cord.
Oh man,
Bridget. It's just been one of those days, man.
Days.
I mean, I really enjoy it because there are different people. There's WordPress people. There's marketing people. There's like hardcore PR people. There's people that are into videos. There's people that are into email marketing. Like there's so many niched out people,
I've heard a lot of good news about that meetup as well. A lot of good, I've heard a lot of good about it. The social media one.
And amazing like people that started businesses and stuff. And I mean the guy who runs it, Bob Watson's amazing. He's one of the best facilitators I've ever seen anywhere doing any
really?
kind of facilitating. Because he'll ask you a question, he'll kind of get it out of he'll like dig into it like, well, why do you say that? We talked about the last time we talked about a video person was saying, they didn't like the production quality of Periscope.
Really?
So then, millennial, he had a really interesting job description.
Yeah, he had this like
generational analysts or something like that said, but we like it.
Studied millennials.
We like it real. Thing. We're so sick of the overproducedness that the 20-somethings like it real. They don't care that it doesn't look good. So then that kind of blew my mind. So you have these, it's not a tutorial session. It's literally a mastermind. So it's really more about strategy and what are you thinking? What are you trying to achieve? Is this tool going to help you? Not how to use it, but what really is the right tool for you? And then after the like 9 to 11 part, then you can pitch and hand out business cards or debate whether anybody should have a business card or whatever.
A networking session afterwards.
Right.
Yep, exactly.
I like it because it's not like just walking into a networking thing. It's more like a class. So somebody who's kind of shy like me, doesn't feel like they're going to throw up and have to hide in the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
I do not like parties. Elizabeth rescued me at the after party for LA. She saw me sitting on the stairs. And I'm like, oh God, I just want to die and hide in the corner. And she just made me go talk to a bunch of people. I was just like, nobody knows who I am because I'm a cartoon. And it's just awkward. And
I'm a cartoon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But
okay, you know what? That would be a perfect tip. So I always update my Facebook avatar, my Twitter avatar. I always update all of those before I go to one of these.
There you
events.
go. I take selfies.
I always do. I take a selfie and I post it in there, and I'm like, this is me, and feel free to find me.
It's easier if people find you than if you have to find them. I hate that when you're like, hey, and they don't recognize you, and you can see that they don't recognize you, and they're like processing it, trying to figure it out. And like I know I cut my hair, but I'm pretty obnoxious.
You're like, I'm the one holding Guru. It's me holding the Guru laptop.
Print that out and put it on a thing. I just walk around.
You just need to have the word Guru on your laptop and just carry it around like this.
Exactly. Exactly. No, that's a good tip. Because I remember sitting across from Jen Miller and not knowing that was her. Because that's the other thing is avatars are like a centimeter by a centimeter on your phone.
True.
So, you know, like men will like grow a beard or change their beard or have no beard. Or like alter their facial hair and they look like a totally different person. You don't even recognize them. Long hair, short hair. If you wear glasses, take the picture with your glasses on. So, because you look totally different without glasses. It's from a distance, it's a huge thing. Like, see, I could be a criminal now because you can't recognize me. Oh man, I'm sorry. I need to promote this show more because clearly I did a bad job. We had no questions. I liked it. I enjoyed it for myself. I don't know if real people are enjoying this.
That's okay. We always get people that watch it after the fact.
And that's the good thing I think I like about Blab and about Periscope is that people can tune in afterwards and they can always see. I mean, Periscope, you only have like 24 hours. How long does Blab stay up?
Well, I don't care how long it stays up because I put it on YouTube right after.
Oh, okay.
So it just goes into the WP Watercooler feed on our channel on YouTube, and then you can just watch it from there.
Do you manually do that, or is there a way that you've automated that, Jason?
No, it is all manual labor.
Okay.
I get out the shovel and I.
We totally lost you.
We lost you, Jason.
Wait, I thought we had his voice.
Oh,
he's the main person.
Yeah, I heard.
So when you're done, is there like a button that says upload to YouTube?
There used to be one, and last time it didn't, and so I had to just download the file and then upload it again. But
okay,
we have faster internet at work, so I don't really care. Yeah, I just kind of just make it happen. Let's see here. So one thing I was going to show you guys, but it looks like my favorite website, IFTTT, also known as IFT, is down. But there's this really great recipe that you could use on there. They use these things called recipes, and there's this really great recipe that you can do where if you upload your Facebook avatar, it automatically updates your Twitter avatar using the Facebook avatar. So you just do it one place and boom, you're done. So if you ever update yours, like I don't even know what my Twitter one is, it's just whatever the Facebook one is, and it just updates it there.
Oh wow!
So I put it in the show notes and the link down there, so you can feel free to go check it out at your convenience when the IFT guy gets out of bed, because it looks like he's like sleeping in bed or something weird. I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, because I have to go through and change my Gravatar, my Twitter, my Facebook.
Yeah. The
Gravatar. Oh, this is another WordPress thing. So when you guys attend a WordCamp, then there's a list of attendees. Mm-hmm. If your Gravatar profile does not have a picture or a link or anything, then people don't know how to get in touch with you.
Yep.
So you're going to want to fill out your Gravatar profile and update it with your website and everything. So because I know for me, I'm surely not the only stalker who's looking at trying to look and see who people are, so that when I go to the event, I'll have something to say like, oh yeah, I saw you on Twitter. That's really great that you're going to blah, 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 blah. But if you don't even link your Twitter account, because I know, like, I feel like some people only use Twitter when they're at WordCamp, and that's fine because that's their choice.
Right.
But we would like to know who you are so we can follow you.
You got to show us what food you're eating, so that way when we go ask you if you want to go have dinner, that we all can figure out what food you want to go see. Come on, this is how this works.
Exactly. That's
right.
Nothing adventurous, Jason. Like hamburgers.
Right.
Nachos.
Exactly.
No, but so
Jason,
that's my thing, because I see that a lot where Gravatar profiles aren't filled out at all.
Yeah. What was that, Verious?
How'd you get a photo gallery on your Gravatar, dude?
You have to be awesome. That's kind of how it works. And you know, if you're not awesome, no, just kidding. If you log in, you go in there, and there's a whole section in there devoted to updating your personal profile and whatever. And the username that I use on there is abstract1, ABSTRAKONE. And that one is, it's just a name that I had a zillion years ago, and that's the one that was my kind of handle that I used for everything for WordPress before I was like, we had this big old thing of everyone changing their name to their real name. So there you go. Yeah.
Okay. I just posted mine as well.
So another quick tip about the Gravatar thing, and then we'll be totally done here so Bridget can go to bed, is that is that Gravatar doesn't mean that you have to have a Gravatar for every single email address that you have. Gravatar is this weird thing where if you just log in with your one email address and then click on add email address, I have every single email address I have all listed on there. And the reason why is because if I go and say comment on Bridget's website, and I want to comment as me, not as, my company, Tucker Pro, or any of that stuff, I use my email address, and then my email address of me, wearing a, sweatshirts and whatever will be the thing instead of me wearing a suit and whatever else. So you can set different Gravatars for each of your email addresses. But what's neat is it all happens in one email address, one account. So that abstract one account has all of them. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So put all your email addresses in there. Why not? That way, WordPress can track you everywhere. Because if you use if I comment someplace else, like on a more businessy type site, and use one of my business email addresses, my face will show up and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. No, you want it that way because then it's easy for people to recognize you. Then they can notice you in the hall, and you can have these inspiring moments, these serendipitous.
And
that's what it's all about.
And that's the thing, is the Gravatar is based on your email address. So whatever email address you're using for the interaction that you're doing on, commenting or signing up to go to a WordCamp or a meetup or whatever, those Gravatars is what it's tied to, is based on your email address. Now, they don't go and use your email address for anything else. It actually kind of, obfuscates the email address and hides it and turns it into what they call a hash. But it makes it so that they're able to look at that email address and say, oh, okay, the Gravatar, give me the email, and you can display it. Yeah. We use that on WPwatercooler. All of our guests have all their Gravatars show up. So when someone isn't in the know when they sign up and they just have the little G, and you're like, okay, I get it.
It's like a little egg on Twitter.
Exactly. Right? That's my vetting system.
It is like an egg on Twitter. So if you're, because a lot of people, I've just noticed just by doing some Twitter for some WordPress people, that there's a lot of people that are kind of, I don't know how to say it because I don't want to sound bad, but lonely, and they're looking for these meetups. But then you've got to be out there too. So if people don't recognize you,
that's true.
Yep.
You're not going to make friends with people who don't know who you are.
Says the person.
You have to get out there. And I think that's, I don't know, I think that's probably probably a good topic for some future things, because being on the internet, sometimes I realize that my information is going to be shared with other people.
Yeah.
And that's part of being on the internet. But when your information is shared, you can choose which information to share, especially through Gravatar. And I don't post anything on Facebook that I don't want to be super public, And so, just using your own discretion for these, but also not staying isolated and secluded.
Right.
Where people don't know, who is this person, I think that's a huge thing.
If you're in the witness protection program, that's fine. But if you're really, to me, the main reason to go to WordCamp is to meet the people.
Yeah.
That's
the number one reason. $40, food, a t-shirt, and meeting people that you're sitting next to who are too shy to talk to. But then you like go, oh, can I borrow a pencil? And they're like, oh, you're my best friend now. Like, you know, you just never know how. I'll tell you the coolest thing happened to me, because this is what, you know, everybody says, the community. Yeah. I was doing the tweeting for WordCamp LAX, and I, you know, was talking to somebody or whatever, and I got late to the class. So I brought a power strip, but I wasn't near an outlet. Some of the floor boxes don't work in conference rooms, and so you got to be near a wall. And I was tweeting my heart out. But this 2008 MacBook, she's a little, you know, she has a new battery, but still, she'll give me 1 hour, and that's it. You know, I know. One of these days, I'm gonna get a new computer. But so I just tweeted it out. I was like, oh my God, my battery, like, I need to be typing, not on my phone. You know, like, there's too much happening. I want to type. And one of the guys saw my tweet. His name is Robert F. Gilmore.
Yeah.
I know.
Yep, from Vegas. Right?
Yes.
Okay. He just came over to me. He goes, do you need help? And I handed him my laptop, and he took care of it. He just found a plug. You know, it was just awesome. Like, and then at the same time, Roy Boy 789 from Code Calvary and the WP crowd, just
Roy Savan.
Yes, Roy Savan. He tweeted, "Oh, we have a power strip." You know, I was just like amazed at how helpful people were in your time of need. You know, so even just something simple like that, I mean, I know this isn't the WPblab Christmas special, but it really touched my heart. Oh, I mean, I was touched because, you know, I haven't been in a lot of places where people will just see that you needed help and just help you.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't seen that. This is a commentary on the sad state of my life, which is why I'm so cynical, I guess. But I just could not believe the generosity with no monetary gain, no gain in sight. Just saw your need, took care of it. I'm telling you, the people that go to WordCamps are the best. I need the orange card.
This right
just took it up to a backpack.
I take this with me in my backpack every single WordCamp, and I have an orange 3-prong splitter thing, and it's the perfect thing. I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna wear it like Rambo, and I'm just gonna come walking in and be like, "Who wants to be a friend? Who wants to be my friend?" Because here's the deal: is most of the time you go to one of these or one of these WordCamps, and they're like, "Yeah, we got the fastest Wi-Fi ever. We got the best, perfect, you know, video stuff and the sound and the this and that and the projectors and all this great stuff, and this room is massive." And then you're like, oh crap, this room is massive, and the nearest plug is way over there, and you're like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So
if you're lucky, the room becomes, there's a floor box
every once in a while, and that's where I bring my my screwdriver. You know, I bust one of these bad boys out. I'm like, all right, let's make this happen.
Always ready. Always prepared. That's
exactly.
Good.
So yeah, you're right. The floor box, but the thing is it makes the entire room into a whole bunch of wallflowers. Like they all just like, you walk in, and you're like, what happened here? And everybody's stuck on the walls, and you got these great seats right in front, and nope, there's no power. And you know, the people can't. They have a hard enough time trying to find a location, let alone one. Do you guys have floor, sockets in the floor?
No,
do you guys have?
You wouldn't know to ask that. It's just because I'm in construction, I know to look for it.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man, well, we're past Bridget's bedtime, so we gotta wrap this bad boy up. So, thank you, both of you, for being on today. Thank you for hanging out, stopping by. We didn't have anybody else come on, and we didn't have any questions. So here's
tweet us your questions at #AskWPblab. Oh, we need your questions.
Exactly. Because you know what? If this doesn't happen, I'm gonna start searching for #WordPress and then a question mark and try to find somebody who's asking a question.
Oh, that is epic.
Yeah.
We should totally do that, like Gary V when he started answering questions about wine pairings.
So it's just like wine pairing question mark, and he was just like, who's asking for one? That's awesome.
Like what's the best wine with chicken marsala or whatever, and he would just answer.
You guys don't.
Oh, we should totally look at that.
No problem. We'll find our own questions.
Oh, you're so smart. We're all self-congratulatory. I can't believe I didn't think of that though.
Yay! Can I make my? Oh, look, I can make myself too.
Verious.
Yes.
My brother. Listen, do us a favor at your Inland Empire WordPress meetup. Would you mind mentioning that we would love to answer questions at hashtag AskWPblab if they didn't get a chance to have them asked at your Inland Empire WordPress meetup?
Absolutely.
Would you do that for us next time?
I would definitely do that.
Thank you. Because it sounds like so self-promotional for me to
and
please
figure out a
bring your
topic
questions.
to talk about, because I want to go out to the IE and go have some Baker's Burgers.
What I could do is also post an announcement inside of our Inland Empire WordPress group. I think I actually did that tonight.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I think I posted inside of our group because there's a lot of people who have questions.
Yeah. If they can't make it, like the last time, what I did was I just watched it and then I found where the minutes was and I replied to them and I said, "Here, we answered your question at this minute mark." And because a lot of people can't make this time, that's totally fine. But we would like the fodder for the show.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Bridget, where do people find you at?
They can find me at bridgetwillard.com.
Awesome. Verious, what about you? Where can people find you at?
People can find me at philoveracity.com. And or Verious Smith. Just Verious Smith, and all of my links are there. So don't get confused.
I love your domain, dude. It's awesome.
It's so hard.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
It's a good show.
It's my first name and last name, jasontucker.us.
Awesome.
So go take a look at that. Thank you, both of you, for being on here. If you check out our show, WP Watercooler, we do that at 11 o'clock Pacific on Mondays. So go take a look at that. Thank you all for being on.